This video, folks, is on COVID-19 in children. In particular, it's about how to keep your young child or special needs child safe by doing proper hand washing. This is a medical disclaimer, just saying that all the information in this video is meant to be educational. It's not a substitute for medical advice. The steps for hand washing. Hi everybody, my name is Mike Castagna and I'm a school nurse. I'm here to talk to you about how to protect our special needs children and our children in general from COVID. And one of the main ways to do so is to do hand washing. Now, how do you teach children to wash their hands properly? That's a very good question. I'm here to tell you how. Believe it or not, many people actually do it the wrong way, and I'll talk about that shortly. Parents, caregivers, one of the most important things you can do now, especially, is to teach your children to wash their hands properly. I found that I was surprised to actually find that many people actually put soap on first, and research shows that it doesn't work as well as wetting your hands first. So if you or your child add soap first, you may not be protecting yourselves as good as you could from COVID. Now, in my nursing office, I actually put up a poster, and we use that poster to remind the children of the steps of hand washing, and I'll show you one shortly. We try to review and teach the steps with children that need reminders. I like using the poster because it has pictures and it reminds kids of the steps. I will point to the chart and review the steps with them as they go along. Now, the CDC recommends you should start by turning the sink on and running water over your hands. I've heard a lot about the use of warm water to clean your hands of COVID, and I agree, but it should be slightly warm, somewhat warm. Don't allow it to be too hot because you could potentially burn their hands or scald their skin a little bit, and it'll make it more likely that their skin will become cracked, which allows them to be more likely to get COVID. Now, your next step would be to apply soap. And then after you apply soap, you would rub your hands and you would rub them with a little bit of vigor, a little briskly, okay, a little bit of energy. And you would rub the fronts, the palms, the backs, between the fingers, the thumbs, the nails, and even between the webbing, all right, in the backs for at least 20 seconds. If you need a timer, or if your child needs to get an idea of how long 20 seconds is, the happy birthday song from the beginning to end twice would add up to about 20 seconds, or even Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The next step I would recommend is, everybody recommends actually, is to dry your hands with a clean towel. And for those of you with special needs children, we'll get into other ways to teach them to wash their hands if they're not there yet. To the drying your hands step is a clean towel is recommended because if everybody's using the same towel day in and day out, basically when you do wash your hands, what you're doing is allowing the dirt and the germs to separate from your skin, but you're not always killing all the dirt and germs. So theoretically, you can still have COVID or whatever germs that you did have on your hands on them or on the towel. And if you don't dry your hands, you could theoretically still have wet hands and the germs come off easier. And whatever they touch or whoever they touch, it's more likely they'll get the germs on. Now, for this part of the video, I was just going to get into washing your hands and the steps. Now, the next video I'm going to do, it's going to be a very short one. It's just going to explain how to do hand over hand washing. So this is Mike. This concludes this segment once again. I'm your school nurse. Goodbye.